God's being all-powerful doesn't mean that he has the ability to do logically impossible things. And it's logically impossible to make someone do something freely. So, given human freedom, we don't know that there is a world that's feasible for God in which he could bring as many people to eternal life and salvation freely as this world, or a world suffused with natural evil and suffering. The atheist would have to prove that there's a possible world that God could have actualized of free creatures in which more persons, or a greater percentage of persons, would freely come to find salvation and eternal life, but without an equivalent amount of suffering. And that's pure speculation. Nobody knows such a thing. So I think that the atheist argument just lays a burden of proof so heavy on the atheist's shoulders that no one can sustain it.
That seems to me like you're just limiting the definition of all-powerful at that point, then.
Well,
there's a limitation then.
I don't think so. This is the general understanding of omnipotence, is that it's the ability to do whatever is logically possible for an agent to do. It doesn't mean God can do logical impossibilities.
Why is it logically impossible to create a universe in which you can make free agents willingly believe in you while not suffering natural evils? Why is that
because it's
impossible?
Logically impossible to make someone freely do something.
Why can't you create a universe, rather? My verbiage was...
You're asking, why couldn't God create a universe of free creatures in which just as many people come to know him and his salvation, but with less natural evil in it? And I'm saying that we have no idea whether such a world is feasible for God or not. Given human freedom, there are possible worlds like that, but they may not be actualizable or feasible for God because the human persons wouldn't cooperate. They wouldn't do what God would want them to do. So the burden of proof lies upon the atheist to show that there is a feasible world like that available to God, and there's simply no way to prove that. Now, let me come back on your earlier point. Suppose you do say that omnipotence means the ability to do the logically impossible. Then the problem of evil immediately evaporates because God can bring it about, that he is all-powerful, all good, and that natural evil exists, even though that's logically impossible. No problem.